like
He's a tool.
yeah. No.
I'm gonna have
So
to cut this. I'm gonna have to cut that
yeah,
out. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Cut that out.
Oh,
So that was
come
real.
on, come on out. Okay, so you're behind bars, and they leave a gate open, and you just walk out.
No, no, no. They never got me in there. They were
Oh,
taking. We were coming in, and they were taking my property
uh huh.
outside in the yard, and in the yard there's a gate. They
Yeah.
never shut the gate. So the guy like turned around and I handed him my shoes. When he turned around to put the shoes in property, I shot out the gate with bare feet.
What's up, people? It's going to be one of those videos. I don't know what's going on with my hair today. I'm having a really bad hair day, so I'm wearing the architectural millwork hat. Uh, the cowlick is in full effect today, so I don't know if I need a haircut or if it's just at that right length where I can't do anything with it. So I'm sporting the hat. I got hair sticking out over there. Anyway, as you see by the title of this video, we've got a special guest today. But before we get into that, I need to talk to you guys about some things. Also, moderators, be in high alert today. There will be some trolls in the chat today. I am positive, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm kind of delaying right now. I'm trying to get through the first 30 seconds without cussing, because you don't want to cuss the first 30 seconds in these YouTube videos. So I'm kind of delaying a little bit. But I just want to put it out there that my channel is not a public forum. This is not a place to come and express your First Amendment. Now, it is my channel, so if I want to express my First Amendment, I can. It's my channel. Just like I'm in my home. I can pretty much say whatever I want here, as long as, I don't incite a riot or, fighting words, things like that. So for those of you out there that are just ready to throw down with your words in the chat because of the guest I have on today, not going to happen here. My moderators won't put up with it. That's not how we roll here. So we've been through this before. In September of 2020, we went through this already. So we know how to handle this stuff. All right, so let me tell you what happened. I made the video about bad vegan last week. And, I made it because I saw something. If you watch the video, I saw something. I'm like, this happened in Tiger King 2 with the Homeland Security letter. I'm like, what the? Anyway, so I made a video because I saw it and I was frustrated and I just thought this just got to stop. Anyway, make the video and the homeless guy from the show comments on my video in the chat, not in the chat, but in the comments after the video is put out there. His name's Anthony or Tony, but he's the homeless guy from Bad Vegan. So I respond back to him like, hey, I think he said, thanks for making the video. You're right on, my thoughts exactly something to that effect. And he said they made me the most famous homeless guy in America or something like that. And I responded back, you're the best looking homeless guy in America. And then I sent another response back later saying, hey, if you'd like to come on my channel, I'd love to have you. I'd love to interview you and talk to you. And I gave him my email. And the next morning, I had an email from him. So later, I think it was later that afternoon, I finally got time to call him. And I called him and we talked and we agreed for him to come on my channel. After that phone call, he went on his YouTube channel and he made a short video. I don't know if it's short, but he made a video. He's talking and he says, I'm going to go over on Ripper Jack's channel, Ripper Jack from Tiger King 2. I'm going to go and do an interview over on his channel. About 30 minutes after that video, I started getting comments on my channel on that video. I'm going to raise my desk up here. I started getting all these kind of crazy comments of this guy, if you bring this guy in your channel, you're a, piece of trash. And blah, blah, blah. And he says this, he says that. This is what he thinks and he believes. And there's all these comments about this guy's opinion of things or his opinion of the world or whatever it is. But as I'm reading this, like, these guys are mad because this guy has his own beliefs in things, and I guess they don't agree to it. But there was, I don't know how many of them came in, but they just started coming in on the chat, and I'm like, and I ignored them for a while, and then I addressed a few of them. And then once I addressed a few of them, it got worse. Then I started getting emails, threats. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I do want to address it because there's a way to do this kind of stuff and a way not to do it. The way not to do it is to threaten the person with the power, which is me. It's my channel. I have the power. So if you're going to threaten me, it's the wrong way to do it. I want to tell you some of the things that these people said. They said that they were going to destroy this guy Tony. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The guy's homeless. What are you going to do to him? We're going to destroy this guy. And they're actively after this guy. Nonstop. Terrorizing this homeless guy. Now, for those of you that have been with me for a few years, how do you think that's going to turn out? How do you think we're going to handle that? Same way we handled it in September of 2020 when the group of trolls, the Carol Baskin helpers, tried to pull a quick one over on us. We're going to handle it the same way. I got to check this phone because I got a lot of stuff going on right now. Just got to make sure. Okay, I'm good here. There's a lot of things happening right now with media stuff, with stories about to come out. But anyway, I'm not going to put up with it. I want to tell you some of the threats that I got. We're going to call your work. If you bring this guy on your channel, we're going to call your work. There would be endless calls to your work. I'm reading that and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to call my work. And it's going to be Ripper Jack Media. How can I help you? Oh, you want to file a complaint against Ripper? Okay, let me get the boss. Hey, boss. Someone wants to file a complaint. You want to file a complaint? Oh, yeah, I'm the boss. Everybody knows I'm the boss. They're going to call my work? Give me the number for that, please. Let me tell you another one. We're going to go after your mother. Bring this guy, you platform this guy, we'll go after your mother. I mean, I'm reading that and, I'm like, wow. First off, if you're going to threaten someone, make sure that what you're threatening them with is something that is important to them, okay? Like if you were going to say, we're going to take your PS5 from you, then man, I might bend the knee. Maybe you're like, we're going to take your Xbox Series X away from you. I mean, that's how I make my living. That's where my paycheck comes from, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. See, you guys don't even know this basic stuff. You don't even know how I make my living. You're going to call my job? You're going to go after my mother? my mother died when I was a kid. You guys going to a graveyard and gonna go dig something up or something? Go right on ahead. By all means, call my job, go to the graveyard and start digging. That has nothing to do with me. This is how ignorant you guys are. This is how ignorant you are. And then, you guys probably could have had a chance. I mean, you had one person that actually talked sort of like an adult, but there was still something off on it. And I've been so busy that I don't have time for, I had an attorney that messaged me just a little bit ago and said, hey, do you have time for an 8 o'clock conference call tonight? And I said, just call me. If I do, I do. I don't know. Someone emailed and said, you need to call me. It's important. And I told him the next few days, I'm busy. My schedule's booked. If I can get to you by the weekend, I will. Or something, but I didn't have time. I still haven't had time. I don't have time to do this, but I'm going to do it. But I ended up getting an email from him yesterday saying, I didn't hear back from you. And if you go forward with this, there's a prominent 9/11 group or community that's going to boycott your channel. Please no. Please no, don't let that happen. Please don't let this 9/11 community boycott my channel. Please don't let that happen. But if they're going to, make sure you send them the link for my channel so that they can send it out to all these people and say, hey, don't go here and watch this guy's videos. Make sure you do that, okay? If you need help with the link, I'll send it to you, but I'm pretty sure you can find it. There's a way to do things and a way not to do them, people. And to send threats to people that, you shouldn't threaten people anyway. You should have conversations with them. You should try to learn about people before you do something like that. And instead of trying to destroy a homeless guy, what you guys should be doing is trying to help him. If all of the things about him is true that you say, then you guys should be trying to help him. You should be trying to get him help. If you spent half the energy into that you did with coming at me with stuff, you'd probably be successful in that. But that's not what you did, and that's not who you guys are. That's not what you're about. You're about destroying a homeless person. You're about going after a person's mother who died back in the 80s. Come on, man. You know how ignorant that sounds? You guys really need to learn how to do your research before you're going to try to threaten someone or pull some kind of power move. You tried to do it with him with Netflix, and Netflix didn't write him out of the script. That should have been your warning, your lesson. Like, that didn't work. We need to try a different angle. When you do the same thing over and over and you're getting the same results, and it's not the results you want, you know what that's called, right? I don't have to explain it. Most people know what it is. If it doesn't work, try a different route. If you can't get to where you're going, try something different. Don't do the same thing over and over and over. It's not going to work. And it didn't work this time, because here in a few minutes, I'm going to play this video, this interview that I did with Anthony. And some people might not like him. Some people might love him. Some people might want to help him instead of destroy him. In all seriousness, we're going to destroy this homeless guy. We're going to go after your mother. Oh, and what was the other one was, we're going to call the places where you speak at, Ripper. Hey, I need more things to talk about anyway. So by all means, give me more things to talk about. All right. That's enough of me on my soapbox rambling. I'm sure that you guys will enjoy this interview. It's an hour and 15 minutes long, so sit back and enjoy it. And, you guys can make your own opinions of him. You can make your own opinions of Anthony. I've talked to him quite a bit in the last week. And, he does have different opinions than I have, but who doesn't, I mean, who doesn't? That's normal. And that's part of what America is about, is you can have different opinions. Now, if you're in China or Russia, no. So I don't know. Maybe he's being attacked by Russians or the Communist Party over in China. Maybe that's who's coming after him. I don't know. That would make more sense to me. All right, everybody, enjoy the interview, and have a great weekend. And watch out for the cyber bullies and the trolls out there. And do not let them win. Not ever. Peace. The Prince of Park Avenue South, NYC. You saw him on the show, Bad Vegan. He was portrayed as the homeless guy on this show on Netflix. And I've had a lot of people ask me questions. One of them is, if he's homeless, how did he get in his car and drive down, or was going to drive down to Tennessee? I'm going to call you Anthony, but you're the Prince of Park Avenue South, NYC on YouTube. But what is this getting in your car, driving down to Tennessee, or you were going to? What's that about?
I left New York City, and I went to work for a guy in a pizzeria in Georgia at that time, before that. And I saved, I was homeless there, and they didn't have nowhere for me to stay. It was in a part of Georgia where there was it was like really ritzy. There was no cheap places to live.
Okay.
So I told my boss that I would rent a room in a hotel every day if he paid me every day. So he paid me cash every day. Instead of renting a room in a hotel, I saved the money every day.
Okay.
And when I got enough money saved up, I left and I went and bought a car. And when I bought my car, I drove back to New York, and it was 2016. And I came back to Manhattan, and I was back on my corner, and I was showing off my car, and
so you're homeless, but you have a car, because a lot of people have this mindset that if someone's homeless, they don't have a car, they don't have anything. But you have a car, you just don't have a home.
Right.
Okay. And I'm going to put in the description. Hold on. Actually, I have your Cash App. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to throw your Cash App on the bottom of the screen here. So if anybody wants to donate any money to the Prince of Park Avenue South, NYC, you can find him on YouTube right there, by the way. If you go on YouTube and look up Prince of Park Avenue South, NYC, you'll find his YouTube channel. I'll also put a link for his YouTube channel in the description of this video. Go check him out. I will tell you that Anthony is very opinionated. And like me, I am opinionated. I have my own opinion about things. He has his own opinion about things. Him and I probably differ on opinions, but that doesn't mean that he's not a good guy and that I don't like him. I've had many conversations with Anthony over the last few days. And I will tell you, Anthony, you had made a video and you said you were going to come on my channel and do an interview. Now,
Yeah.
I didn't know that you made that video, but within 30 minutes of you making that video, I started getting tons of comments on my channel from all of these people telling me all of these things about, like, you have, I think what they said was, well, Tony said this and Tony said that and Tony believes this, and they were all like your opinions of things, and I don't understand what their point was, because I'm the kind of guy where I believe everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and although I might not like it, it's still okay for other people to have different opinions. But there was, and you and I have discussed it over the last few days, but it's endless. All of these people trying to tell me that you have these opinions that they don't agree with, and they're mad about it. I mean, they're absolutely mad at you because you will not bow down to their beliefs. I mean, and you and I, we've laughed about it on the phone because
No.
before Tiger King 2 came out, I had the same thing happen to me where people were contacting Netflix and all this stuff about me. But do you know if these people contacted Netflix before the show came out for on
Oh,
behalf of you,
yes, they did.
or against you? So they were basically trying to cancel you from being in the show.
Right. So they could have said, "See, he was lying." Anything to make me look like a liar or a con man.
So
I
right.
was joking around, telling everybody I'm a racist, bigot, homophobe. You know,
Oh,
uh,
okay. So
uh,
you
uh,
were
you know,
you were
I was
joking and
I was calling myself a racist, a bigot, and a homophobe.
okay.
I'm
So
like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm a racist, bigot, and a homophobe. Yeah, I'm coming
okay.
out on, and they took that and been like, look, he's admitting it. It's like, no, I'm not
Uh,
admitting it, you assholes. You know what I mean? But anyway,
yeah.
this this I'm not even gonna say his name, but this child molester that used to run on under the name of, he came on my channel and he was like one of my fans. I gave him a wrench after like a week because he was saying all, the things that everybody else was saying. He was, he was really cool. And after I gave him his wrench, he came back jerk off. So I saw the name change. I said, who's this? I didn't get the wrench to those guy,
Uh huh.
and I took the wrench right back. And I not
Did
only
that
did I
make him
take the
mad?
I
When
took
you
the
took,
wrench back and I blocked him,
did that
and
make
that
him
made,
mad?
yeah, oh yeah, you got butt hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when you take a wrench away from somebody, not
It's like take
everybody,
it's
not
like taking away
everybody,
the
but some people, they go nuts, and it's almost like you've killed one of their family members or something.
yeah. It's like you
It,
took their needle away, or you took away their crack pipe. You know,
if
you
you
know.
haven't followed Anthony, his channel is down below. And like I said earlier, you might not agree with some of his beliefs, but it's his opinion, and we are all entitled to our own opinions. So I want to make that clear with my audience right
I,
now.
I
And
want to make. Can I make something clear?
yeah, absolutely.
All these butthurt morons that pill it up and hang out in mommy's basement all day with keyboards. Okay, they're all video game players with fake names. They hide their face. All right, and they got onto YouTube because was a ex junkie who came out of a rehab and opened up a channel for addiction. And all these people that are attacking me right now, subs
They're the ones that
under the addiction thing.
they're the
Now,
ones that are contacting me also.
right,
I would
right,
assume. Okay.
right, yeah. So now I I innocently was told by Sammy the Bull to open a channel. So I got on YouTube and I put I was talking to Sammy the Bull on the title, and automatically my video ended up in his videos, and all the watch Sammy too. So, and they watch all these other fake content creators like, and
Just putting names out there.
yeah, I'll plug those assholes. You know what I mean? So, all of these guys, you know what I mean? Like, they're all doing all these shows about gangsters, and I was in the mob for 30 years, and I know every single person they're talking about. And I'm like, hey guys, how about giving me a shot? No answer, no answer, no answer. Oh, we can't find nothing on this guy. He must be a fake. No, I'm not a rat. So there's no 302s to look up. You know what I mean? So I come out and say on my thing, on my first video, I was in the mob, but I can't talk about the mob. I did not rat. I'm not, I got no 302. And I'm going to talk about my life story because I'm coming out on Netflix and the world's going to see me homeless. And people aren't going to know why I was homeless if they
But
just see that. You know what I mean? So,
why are you homeless? Let's talk about that. Why are you homeless?
well, I missed the .com era. I was away. There was
Okay.
no phones and computers.
Okay, mid 90s. So
Yeah.
what happened in the mid 90s?
I got pinched in Florida with a pistol.
Okay. All right.
And
So you
there was a 1020 act invoked by Jeb Bush.
okay.
So
So
I was looking at 20 years.
you got caught with a weapon
I was
and
doing more than that, but anyway. Yeah.
okay. So when did you go in? And are we talking like county jail, city jail, prison?
Well,
What?
you start out in county, but you got to go to court, and then you got to get convicted and all the shit. So what happened was I went into court, and they told me, I don't know, the bail was like 10, 20,000. You know, I don't got 10, 20,000. So I'm
Most
like,
of us don't.
huh?
I said most
Yeah,
of us don't. I
right.
mean, look what happened to Sarma. I mean,
Yeah,
it took her a long time to get out too, because of her bail.
100
You're
grand.
yeah, uh huh. So mid '90s, you get in a pinch. When do you get out?
Well, what happened? I landed for a year. I actually escaped, and I landed for a year, and
What do you mean you escaped?
they left the gate open, and I ran. You know what I mean? That's
My
true.
God, come on out. Okay, so you're behind bars, and they leave a gate open, and you just walk out.
No, no, no. They never got me in there. They
Oh,
were taking. We were coming in, and they were taking my property
uh huh.
outside in the yard, and in the yard there's a gate. They
Yeah.
never shut the gate. So the guy like turned around and I handed him my shoes. When he turned around to put the shoes in property, I shot out the gate with bare feet.
So you
I
took
could,
off running.
yeah, I'm faster in bare feet than I am with shoes on.
All right, so you take off running, and how long were you able to stay out of the dungeon, or the prison system? How long were you able to avoid capture?
Um, over a year.
Was it stressful?
No,
No.
mm-mm.
So what'd you do? I mean, did you just hang out on the streets, or
No.
like what
I actually hitchhiked across country 3 times
in that year?
in that year. Yeah.
Wow, I bet you got
I
some
I
crazy stories.
I I just went hitchhiking all over the country and I had no wallet, no ID. Just
Uh
the
huh.
clothes on my back, and you know, I got picked up by all kinds of nice people that um ministered to me while I was in the truck with them, in the car.
Uh huh.
Because I didn't know about truck stops until I got to like Ohio, because the
Okay.
cities get farther and farther apart.
Right. Yeah.
And somebody picked me up in a Porsche and gave me a ride to um, someplace in Ohio where there was a Flying J truck stop. And when I got to that truck stop, I found a ride to Kansas. And then from Kansas, I found a ride to, I don't know, you know,
You're just going to wherever.
yeah, it didn't
Okay.
matter. It
All
didn't
right.
matter.
So
Like, somebody say, which way you going? I say, which way you going? You know what I mean? And they would tell me where they're going. I'll jump in. I go, you know.
okay. So you finally at some point you get captured by these law enforcement people, and you end up going to prison someplace.
Yeah, I got caught in Maine.
Okay. And so you go to prison for how till when? When do you get out?
2000,
And
2001,
okay.
right before 9/11.
Okay, so you definitely missed all the .com and the computer stuff, and when the cell phones were really starting to make their big move on the world or
Right.
in the world. Okay.
Right.
All right. So you get out in 2001
Yeah.
and
I
you're
fly back to New York.
okay. And at that point, are you homeless?
At that point, I still have my bar in Babylon. My partner picked me up at the airport. He gave me 20 grand. I went and bought a pizzeria in Quorum, Long Island. And I had to get a pizzeria going before I lost the bar because my partner didn't pay the taxes for 2 years that I was gone. And
Okay.
they were going to shut us down anyway. So,
Okay. So
you
then
know,
you open up a pizzeria, and where are you living at? Are you living at the pizzeria, or do you have a
well, I was
house? Or
I made a room in my office.
okay, so you were
Yeah.
living at your job site or your
Yeah.
restaurant, your pizzeria. Okay. And then did that place eventually get closed?
No, I walked away from it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I
So
handed the landlord the keys and said, "Have a nice fucking day," and I took off.
so you're just done with it.
Yeah, because what happened was I came home and I had, my bar was in Babylon, and in Babylon, my childhood friend Peter, who had the show on Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, he was the first episode with
Okay.
Peter's Pasta. All right, Peter was on Main Street, I was on Railroad Avenue, and we both had a piece of the town. He was from the Bonanno family, I was from another family. So me and him couldn't hang out no more. But when I came home, he wanted me to go work for him. And I told him that it can't happen. So I went and opened up a pizzeria and called him. Well, when I opened up my pizzeria, I was my own agent. You know what I mean? Like, I came home, I told everybody to go fuck themselves. I'm out. I said, don't call me, I won't call you. So, you know, I had Peter trying to, he knew I was a free agent. He wanted to scoop me up. I said, it ain't happening. So I had another friend, Ronnie. His father was with Genovese family, and his father had the video games that I used to do in the 80s in Brooklyn. So I grew up with Ronnie, and his father's like a father to me. And I said, I'm going to put your machines in my place, and I'm going to be under you. If anybody, you, only you.
So
So,
he was doing like arcade games.
no, Joker Pokers.
Oh, well, okay, because there was was that part of the illegal gambling, the whole Joker poker illegal.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, all right, and a lot of people that don't know that just look up like New Jersey, New York, Joker poker illegal gambling, and you'll find story after story about these illegal gambling machines that were in some of these shops or
And
restaurants. And okay, all right, I
in
got
the,
you.
in the early '80s, when I was with the Colombo family, when I was cutting up money with Sammy the Bull, I had two Joker Pokers and Sammy the Bull's tallies.
Okay,
Well,
all right.
Mikey Batch's tallies. Mikey Batch was still alive when I was there with my machines. Now
You
I had all the Joker Pokers in Brooklyn in 1985, 86, 87. So for me to have that kind of power when I was only 19 years old, right? I don't
yeah,
want to even
because
explain anymore. You know what I mean? Like these assholes that keep talking shit about me. You know what I mean? They're all just like, oh, there's no way, the homeless guy, he don't know this, he don't know that. You know what I mean? All these jerk offs they
yeah,
just
you
been attacking me since I opened my mouth. And, I had Sammy on a phone call. I filmed it, and they were all in denial. I mean, I put them on the end of the phone call. They didn't hear the whole conversation. But clearly, if anybody downloaded that video, because I destroyed it, I took it down. I don't care. I don't got to prove myself. So I destroyed that video. And, but clearly, everybody who saw it, that conversation between me and him, would have been if I was just some homeless guy he felt sorry for on Facebook. But
and let me just add in if you were dealing with the Joker poker machines, you had to have some type of connection to the mob or law enforcement. There was some kind of connection because the mob and law enforcement, they were running these Joker poker machines throughout New Jersey, New York, and I have mine's not a Joker poker, but I do have one of those machines. But when I do the video, I'll put a picture of the one that I have at my house um, up. I'll put it on the screen. You'll see it. But I know what you're talking about, the Joker poker stuff, and you had to be connected somehow, some way, if you're running those machines at a business. But okay, all right,
I, well, I was connected in a lot of ways because Sonny Francis and Michael Francis were my first bosses.
okay, all right. So let's
Uh,
get let's get back to all right. 2001. You get out. You start your pizzeria. Something happens. When do you actually become homeless?
after I left my pizzeria.
Okay, so was that 2001 or like
Yeah, it's
2002?
2001 going into 2002.
Okay.
I stayed in my pizzeria for exactly, let's see, I got home August 18th. I didn't go to the city until 9/11 to go get my property from police because when they extradited me from Rikers Island, they didn't send my property with me.
Okay, so you served time in Rikers.
Yeah, 30 days.
You know anyone else who served at Rikers?
Do I know anyone else?
Yeah. You know any females that served at
Yeah,
Rikers?
Sama did like 4 months.
Right. Yeah. So when did you actually meet Sarma?
I met Sama when she, like, I met her, we made eye contact for months. You know what I mean? Like on Park Avenue. I used to sit in front of Angelo Max's Steakhouse on 19th and Park Avenue South.
So you ran
And
that block back in the day when you're
yeah,
sitting on
I
the.
could, I controlled both ends of the block from sitting at 19th Street at nighttime, and I'd sit at 21st Street in the daytime.
All right, Ken. I want to explain to people that don't understand how blocks are ran. When you say you held down the block, because I have friends that hold down blocks in other cities, but when you're saying you held down that block, what do you mean by that?
Nobody could set up shop.
That
Nobody
was
could do anything.
your area. That was
Yeah.
your spot. Okay. Just so everybody knows what we're talking about. All right, so you met her, you guys made eye contact. Here's a better question. When did you meet Leon? Because he's the important figure in all this. I mean,
Well, Leon, if you see the pictures on my Instagram, I put them up there. Sama
hold
took
on,
pictures.
you have an Instagram account?
Yeah,
How did
yeah.
I not know that? What's your Instagram account?
I don't know it.
I'll find it. I'll find it, and I will put it as we're talking. I'll put a picture of it here so everybody can find you on Instagram. I'll also put a link in the description of this video to his Instagram as well. Okay, sorry. All right, go on. Um,
So I put up my pictures on Instagram, and I don't have it on the other phone to show you. Hold on. So anyway, I Sama took the pictures of Leon greeting me. Okay,
okay.
and this is in 2019 when we did this Netflix bullshit, and you know, I she told me, she goes, he doesn't greet anybody like he greets you. I go, well, I'm his daddy. You know what I mean? Because when Sama rescued Leon, I had biscuits in my pocket, and I was able to break the ice with Sama by pulling out dog biscuits to talk to her. So Leon came straight to me for the treats, and we started talking, and you know, and that's how we finally spoke. Because when I made eye contact with her every day and she smiled at me, I didn't know what to do. I was so embarrassed and like out of place with being homeless and having nothing to offer, and I didn't know nothing about her. It
Uh
was
huh.
just, every day at the same time I would lift my head up and I would look up and there her eyes would meet mine. And she would have this smile on her face, and I'd look at her like, "Really?" You know what I mean? Like, like I wouldn't have words because, she made me speechless, and you
Why'd she
know,
make you speechless?
she was beautiful, man,
Okay. All
still
right.
beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, so, and like I said, I finally
Well,
got to.
hold on a
uh,
second. I want everyone to picture this. So you're a homeless person. on the streets of New York City, and there's this beautiful girl walking down the street,
Every
and
day at
she's
the same time.
actually acknowledging that you are a person or an individual, because she's locking eyes with you, she's smiling with you, she's actually communicating with you, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my Instagram.
Hold on, I can't see it. It is, what's it? Okay, it's under your name.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll make sure to put it up here on the screen so everybody sees it. We'll get
You
it on
got
there.
it?
So, yep, I got it.
All right.
Yeah, it's your name.
So,
I'll find it when we're done here, and I'll make
yeah,
sure we
it's
link it.
Anthony Caruana. And so it's the same as my Facebook page.
Okay. So you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube. Is there any other social media that you're on?
No, that's the only ones I know how to do.
Okay. All right. You don't know how to do Twitter?
No.
Hey, I'm on Twitter, but that doesn't mean I know how it works.
If I wish I was on Twitter, that fat fuck would have never got to her. You know.
And who he's talking about is Shane. And hey, while we're talking about that fat fuck Anthony, because that's what I called him. I made a video about this show, and you actually commented on that video. That's how you and I actually connected. Is you saw my video and you made a comment, and I said, "Hey, I'd love to have you on the channel." But that's how we connected, right? Was from
Yeah.
a
Yeah. No,
YouTube
I was
video.
watching. I was hearing you speak. I said, man, he sounds like me. He thinks like I do. I mean, it's one. I'm not crazy. You know. I said, I'm not. You know.
It doesn't
I
mean we're
mean,
not crazy.
no, I'm saying like
I know what you mean. I
you
know.
you 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 exactly feel the same way I do, and you put it into words better than I can. But she's definitely a victim of this asshole, and
Hmm.
I think people convinced her that she isn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's really sad because you know she tries to like calm me down all the time. Like, yo, this ain't right. And she's like, no, you don't understand. And I go, what? Make me understand, But as all this is going on, I'm seeing why she copped out and took the blame because it was the only way to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like she had no money to fight it.
Right.
If she would have had
Yeah.
the money to fight it, she would have fought it.
And she had a really good attorney in the beginning, and the
And she
the
had me as the best fucking witness. You know what I mean? Like,
and she had a really good defense. It was, as I'm researching this, I was like, she actually had a chance, and then she didn't. But she clearly was a victim. There's a lot of victims in this whole story, and
her first.
all right, it's gone now.
How's that?
Yes, that's
Okay.
good. All right, and that's fine.
All
Okay,
right.
so I just want to explain to everybody that we had a technical glitch, and I want to explain this glitch because I saw someone made a comment on my YouTube channel the other day that the reason you and I are doing a second interview is because I had to re-interview you again because of the agenda that I was trying to push. So, to the person who said that, it really makes you look ignorant when you talk about things that you don't know what you're talking about. You should do a little research and ask questions like, why are you interviewing him a second time? The reason is there was an echo, which I did not hear in the first interview, but when I went to play it back, it was a horrible echo, and I'm going to play a little sample of it so that the audience can understand just how bad the echo was. Because the first interview was fine, except the echo that I didn't hear during the interview. And we just got the echo again. So we paused to get it fixed. And anyway, so the person who said that we're doing the second interview because of some kind of agenda or because Anthony wasn't answering the questions properly or whatever,
Not true.
yeah, your ignorance is really showing, and
They're
you should
all the
really,
same. They all think they got some kind of authority on YouTube.
yeah. What they should do is learn how to ask questions first instead of assuming they know what they're doing. But I think what it is they're projecting, meaning this is what, if they had to do a second interview with somebody, it's because they were trying to push some certain agenda or narrative. So people like that always accuse other people of doing things like that. But I just want to get that out there because when they made that comment, I just thought, man, these people are ignorant. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's.
The people that never did nothing in life.
I don't think so because I've gotten so many emails and messages. I'm just like, golly, these guys are letting Anthony control their lives, like everyday lives. These guys, all they do is think about you all day long.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about them at all. And
I don't blame you. You shouldn't. Okay, so let's get back to Leon and Sarma. So you met her. She acknowledged you as a person, not like some homeless person on the street. She made eye contact with you. She smiled at you, and for months she walks past your spot and you guys just meet eyes like every day or something. Is that how it was?
every day at the same time.
Okay.
Every day at the same time, she would walk back and forth from her restaurant to her home, which was her office also. And, it was like a clock every day. Like I knew what time it was. I lifted my head and there she was.
Okay.
And
so how long till you got the dog treats in your pockets?
I always had the dog treats in my pockets.
Okay, you did. All right,
Yeah.
so one day she comes by with the dog. Did she always have the dog, or was it just like all of a sudden one day?
Yeah, it was like a shock. It was a shock. She had this little mangy looking rescue pit bull, and he's pulling her all over the sidewalk, and I saw her coming, because I spotted the dog, and I was like, oh, here's my chance. I reached in my pocket. I had the dog biscuits ready, and I reeled her right in. You know what I mean? Like, and we started talking for the first time, and I told her straight up, I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, I've been trying to figure out a way to talk to you, and you gave it to me by getting this dog. And she goes, well, the dog's actually for Alec Baldwin. I said, what? And she's like, yeah.
I don't know if we want to get into that, but I mean,
well,
I've read the stories about it. So you meet her, you and her develop a friendship for many years. Like it's like you guys are kind of best friends. Would you say you guys are like kind of best
soulmates.
friends or soulmates? Where she's allowing you to store your stuff at her apartment, like because you don't have a home, but you still have stuff. So she's allowing you to store clothes and whatnot at her apartment. And when the seasons change, you can go and
change my winter clothes. Yeah.
Okay. Did she ever say like, hey, why don't you just come live at the apartment or something? Did she ever do anything like that?
She offered, she told me that she let her workers who were having a hard time, like she took some people off the street and gave them jobs.
Okay.
Because the vegan world, I have no idea about. So, but there's a lot of hippie vegans.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
yes.
They migrated to New York City and
free spirits.
They're looking for a start, and Sama took them in, and she told me that, there's a spot on the floor in her office if I wanted to use it. And I said, no, it's okay.
Okay. I
was embarrassed enough being homeless, not that I want to be laying on the floor in her office with people coming to work and I got to get up in the morning and.
Right. I want to bring something up because you not taking advantage of that spot. The other day after we did our interview and I was going back through it and heard the echo, I sent you a text and I said, hey, there's an echo. I don't know if I can get it removed or not. And then at some point I said, what kind of phone do you have? Let me send you some earbuds. I think it was your speakers or your microphone picking up my voice and it's causing this horrible echo. And I asked what kind of phone you had. And I said, I'll send you some earbuds. And your response was, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. I just assumed that you already had some. But before we started today, you said you went out and you bought some earbuds.
Yeah, I got two different ones.
Yeah. So you wouldn't let me send you earbuds because you didn't want to take something from me. I mean, is that accurate? I mean, I would have happily. You didn't have to go out and buy them, but you actually went out and bought them instead of letting me send them to you.
Well, it's just my nature not
Oh, you're
to.
frozen.
I'll always say,
Hold
oh,
on.
I'm
There you go.
frozen.
You're back
Oh.
now. Yeah. All right.
It's my nature. Even a lot of people offer me, and I tell them, I feel like bad. I don't want to be the guy people see and think they have to give me something.
You're not out just trying to
I
take everything you can get.
No,
Yeah.
no. If I need it, I'll ask for it. But people look at me like the guy. Oh, here he comes. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why, like, I had such a hard time getting a job because people felt like I was gonna hurt myself or try to scam them out of money, or what I mean. Like, they
Mm,
really think that people that panhandle are scam artists.
right.
And trust me when I tell you, there are a lot
Right.
of scammers out there, but there was nobody in Manhattan driving a Mercedes Benz after they sat on a corner all day looking like a bum. You know
And
what I mean? I mean that's
as we
propaganda,
know, you don't have to be homeless to be a really good scam artist. I mean,
right?
we know that. I mean, a perfect example of that is Fat Fuck Anthony scamming these
Right,
employees and Sarma. I mean, not he didn't only scam Sarma out of money; he scammed those employees out of money. He scammed Sarma's mother out of money. He scammed his ex-wife out of money. Those are the only ones that we know about, and I guarantee you, I bet there's more that he's scammed out of money. So, yeah, not just because someone's homeless doesn't mean they're going to take. And you were a prime example of that over
or
the
look
last
for
few
an easy
days.
way out, or look for an easy way out.
Yeah, no. So,
No,
I mean, when we were talking and you said you went and bought some earbuds, I was just like, I offered to do it, and I mean that's I'm impressed by that because
oh,
I have friends that aren't homeless that have plenty of money, and they would have been like, "Oh yeah, yes, please send me some earbuds." They would have taken advantage of that. So I'm impressed by that. So all right, let's get back to Sarma and Leon. You guys develop a friendship, and when you first met her, what kind of person, like, did she have this energy about her, or like was there like a glow, or like what kind of
um,
person was she when you first met her?
she when I first laid eyes on her, it was like there's no words. I mean, like, we made eye contact. She had this amazing smile and a look that only I would understand. And I just, I can't even tell you, but the energy was all positive. You know what I mean? It was all,
Okay, so would you say she was like a strong, vibrant woman, like on top of the
no doubt,
world?
no doubt.
Okay, all right.
You know, but
Did
she didn't dress like a, you know, top of the world.
she
She
dressed like
wore
she
like
shopped at the thrift
handmade
store?
handmade dresses and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Very very casual. And
Right.
she's just a unique girl. You know what I mean? Like, she,
Right.
I mean, when we
So
started talking and she told me about Matthew, you know, what happened with
the
Matthew, and
chef.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
you know,
That was the first partnership she had at the restaurant, right? I think they
right, I
touched on
guess,
that a
yeah,
little bit.
right.
And I don't want to go into detail with that because that would be like hearsay. But did that didn't end well? I guess for her.
No, it didn't.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, I almost paid him a visit, you know.
And it
So
wasn't a visit because you wanted to become friends with him.
no, no, no. But
Okay. All right. So what?
Sama would have been happy with me, even though I would have cared again. But I almost, because he was relentlessly bothering her too for a little while.
Okay.
You know.
I've heard a story where Fat Fuck Anthony was walking down a street, walking Leon, and Leon tried to run up to you or something, and this Anthony guy or Shane Fox did something. Do you know the story I'm talking about?
Yeah, he pulled Leon's chain really hard on his neck
Uh-huh.
to get him away from me. Like, like I wasn't good enough to
Like
pet my own dog.
he yanked him so that Leon couldn't come greet you.
Right. I jumped
Okay.
up and I pretty much grabbed him. I said, fuck's your problem? You know what I mean? And he's like, I'm an ex-Navy SEAL. I was like, I'll fucking open you up right here. And he
Oh, hold
fucking,
on. He said he was he said he was an ex-Navy SEAL.
yeah, I fucking laughed at him. I said, I don't give a fuck what you are, you
Oh
know?
gosh. All right, so
And
you jumped up and you actually physically grabbed him.
yeah, I had my hands on his neck.
Okay. And he didn't do any Navy SEAL moves or anything like
Nah,
that.
he bitched up. He didn't know what to do.
Right.
The first time I even heard his voice, 2013. I came home from Maine from lobster fishing. I bought it to a stock, and I wanted Summer's opinion on it. And it would have been too late if it was a bad move, but because I already bought it.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted her opinion and her her thoughts. And I went to her house. I rang the bell, and this guy's voice comes over. Can I help you? I said, Summer there? He's like, no, she's not. Who's this? I said, tell her Anthony came by, and I'll see it tonight or tomorrow. It's not that important. And I walked away, and from 21st Street to 19th Street, I'm on my way to my friend's restaurant, Boca, to get something to eat. And he come running up behind me, and I sensed it. I spun around, with my hands up, and he jumped back like 3 feet, like, whoa, 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 whoa. Salma asked me to ask you if you were all right, if you needed anything. Like, he was really concerned for me. I said, don't you ever run up on me like that again. He goes, oh, I'm Salma's boyfriend. I was like, boyfriend? You know what I mean? Like, I looked at him like, really? You fat guy like you? You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe that So, you know what I mean? Like, he's a total pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy, I mean, to me,
So he runs up behind you and you hear it or sense it or whatever, you turn around like ready to defend yourself, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then that's the first time you ever met him.
first real, I mean, the first time I ever saw him, he popped his head out of a back of a computer early, like months earlier.
Uh-huh.
And said, that's why I'm here. When I said to
Okay.
her, if you need me, call me. If you have any problems, you call me. And he popped his head and said, I'm here for that. And I looked at him
Okay.
like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say I said to myself, who the fuck is this guy? And she didn't introduce me to him. So when I left there, the hairs on my neck and my arms was up, because, like, that's weird that she didn't introduce me.
Right.
Usually she introduces me to everybody. And here, who's this guy sitting in a dark corner behind a computer?
Yeah, and I think they covered that in the show also, because I think I remember you saying that he made that comment to you. So that was the first time. So when he came running up on you on the street, was that the
That was the
second
second
time?
time.
Okay.
Second time. Yeah.
And then what happened after that? He's asking if you're okay, or Summer wants to know if you're okay. I'm her boyfriend. Does he end up going back, or what? How's that finish?
No, he walked away.
Uh-huh.
I went my way. He went his way. And after that, the guy never said another fucking word to me until I grabbed him the next time.
What was the next time?
Oh, it was about 2017.
And tell me about that.
Right before they disappeared.
Okay, what happened then?
What do you mean?
Well, what'd you grab him for? What was
He
there?
yanked the dog. He yanked Leon on the chain.
Oh, that's when he yanked the dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right.
See, because I had my cars. When I had my cars, I don't stay there. I only stay there on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're just there during the weekdays.
Right.
Okay.
So from 13, 14, 15, 16, I was mobile. I was up and down the coast looking for work, staying in my cars. I was trying to make a life for myself. And I was emailing my love notes to Salma, not knowing that this fat fuck was intercepting them and giving them to her, saying it was him.
All right, so you're emailing her, you're telling her things from your heart, and he's taking those emails and rewriting them and acting like they're from him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw my own love letter on the fucking documentary. I almost fucking broke the TV.
Wow. So he couldn't even come up with his own words for this.
Nope. No, he's a phony all the way.
Wow. See, they should have put that in the show, and I know there's a lot of things.
Well, I didn't know about them. I didn't know that he did that until I saw the movie.
Oh, that's when you learned it.
Yeah. I learned that. I learned that he was videotaping her while he was torturing her mentally. Yeah, I learned a lot of things that I should have. I was better off not seeing this fucking documentary. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, because when the scene you're talking about is in episode 4, and for those who have not seen it, shut this off for a couple of minutes because I'm going to spoil something. So this is a spoiler warning. But what Anthony is talking about here is Sarma is highly depressed and in a very dark place. She's laying in a bed crying. She's got a stuffed animal that she's grasping onto, and this guy is filming her, saying, you got to get in the shower, you got to get up, and blah, blah, blah. We got to get some coffee in you. He doesn't care what state of mind she's in at all.
No,
nothing
he
at
was
all.
enjoying it. He was enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't know why he filmed that. I'm watching it. I'm just like, it's, and there's so much more that's there that we haven't seen.
I don't want to see it.
It's a horrible scene. It's a horrible scene. It's someone at one of their deepest, darkest places, and you can tell by watching the short clip that she's not okay. Like, she needs mental help badly, and this guy is just filming her, thinking coffee's going to solve the day. I mean.
No, he's acting like he's an innocent fucking guy, and she's fucking all fucked up over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like if she put her fortune on the roulette table and let it go spin away when he did it.
I know it. Yeah, I know. So did you at one point notice a change in her? Was there a time when all of a sudden you're like, something's not right with Sarma? Something's changed in her? Was there ever a time where you know?
I noticed her routine, because like once I lost my Monte Carlo and I ended up back on my corner with no car, you know what I mean? I'm back, that's where we're at. My car would blow up, or, I couldn't afford it no more, so I sold it, or junked it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I had about 8 cars in the interim of.
And you're not out buying brand new cars. You're
no, they're all used cars.
$2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to buy a car.
Right.
Now, do you ever sleep in your car?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sleeping in my car right now.
Okay. So before you continue on with your story, I just want everybody to know down at the bottom is the Cash App for Anthony. If you want to donate gas money to Anthony, or if you want to send him, $50 or $100 and say, hey, go get a cheap hotel room tonight on me or whatever, please feel free to do it. There's his Cash App right down there. So
I appreciate it. God bless you.
Send him $5, $10. Say, hey, go have lunch on me. Anything helps. So don't, send him a note. If you want to talk to him, send him a Cash App and send him a note. That'd probably be the easiest way to do it. But all right, so let's get back to this routine of hers that you came back to your spot and her routine had changed.
Yeah, I came back in 2016 after I lost my auntie, or 2017.
Okay.
And her routine of walking past me every day with Leon, going to work, she would like run past me and say, I'm running late, I'll catch you later, and throw me like a kiss like that. And, Leon would always want to come over and say hello to me. He'd pull right through me every time. And
hold on. Do you think she was running past you because she was late for work, or do you think this Shane Fox, aka Fat Fuck Anthony guy, was telling her to stay away from people? Do you
Um,
know?
I couldn't tell you that,
Okay, all right.
but
I
there was a time where she would come back and explain why she like
okay, okay. So she might have really
one
been
day Clinton showed up at a restaurant and she ran past me. I gotta go. My favorite president's at my
oh,
restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, you know, um, there was times that she legitimately was running late. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. If she would have known Ripper Jack was at the restaurant, she would have probably done the same thing. She probably just ran by. I'm just kidding, people.
yeah,
All right,
you
so
know,
all right, so she probably was really late and had to get to where
yeah,
she was
but
going. Okay,
then
but
there was
but
a dog walk. She got a dog walk all of a sudden.
a dog walker. So she wasn't
Yeah,
walking Leon anymore.
right. And the dog walker wasn't pulling Leon my way because Leon would come right to me.
Okay.
I know the dog walker. You know what I mean? I smacked him a few times. So,
What do
you
you
know,
mean you smacked him?
I
What
smacked all the dog walkers.
what do you mean by you smacked him?
They
Like
walk their dog where I sleep. I fucking kick the shit out of them.
okay, I got you. So
Like
they're
these dog walkers don't think I'm a person. You know what I mean? Like they'll just
I,
walk the dog, let them start sniffing on my bag, sniffing
uh-huh.
where, what the fuck's wrong with you? I get
I
up and
got you.
crack them. Don't you see
It,
me
it
over here?
right.
You walk your dog somewhere the fuck else. You don't fucking bring your dog near my fucking bed. You know?
Unless you're Sarma, right?
That's the only dog that's allowed near my bed.
Only Leon.
Hey,
Oh gosh. Okay, so
Leon wouldn't sniff near my bed. Put it that way. Leon wouldn't
because
go
you
sniffing.
yeah, because you and Leon were buddies.
Oh,
That's
I'm his
why.
daddy.
Right. Yeah. So you noticed a change in her.
Well,
Er,
when she got a dog walk, I was like, "What? That's weird."
right. Because that's, I would assume, and I don't know her, but I would assume that her taking Leon on a walk is one of those things that she would do because
She
she
loves to
enjoyed
do.
it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So when that changed, that is a change in routine. And yeah. Okay.
And then I observed Shane letting Leon eat out of the garbage, walking him.
Really.
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea. Like, it's like mother. You know what I mean?
So,
Like, he would
right.
let, like Leon, Sam would never let Leon pick something up off the ground and eat it.
Yeah.
She
I've
put,
seen her, I've seen his Instagram channel, and he's got some really nice, I mean, some of the food that he eats looks better than the food that I eat. So I
oh,
can't
Leon, yeah.
imagine, yeah, I can't imagine that he would be eating out of the trash, but I guess
Because
if, yeah, that makes sense that that other clown would allow that to happen. So
if you look at
when
the
did,
pictures of him and Leon, I see a guy who used Leon as a weapon
mm-hmm.
to threaten her with.
And
Because
to make promises,
if you look at his face while he's sitting next to that dog, that ain't a guy that loves that dog. That's a guy that's saying, "Yeah, see, I got your dog right here. I got your dog right here. Do what I
uh
want.
huh,
It'll
yeah,
be dead." You know what I mean? Like, his pictures are like he's holding a dog hostage.
yeah, yeah.
You know, you look in his eyes in those pictures. I'd love to see this kid again. I really would.
I don't think
I
that'd be a
really,
good
really would.
idea. I don't think that turned out too good for him.
I
Um,
really, well, I might go pay him a visit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I
after
don't
seeing this
think.
fucking documentary, I'm
And,
really, really, he's so
and
lucky that I don't have gas money right now. You know,
well, I wouldn't worry about. I think his day's coming. I wouldn't worry about. I think his I think karma's going to catch up to him sooner
but
than later.
that's my middle name. You know,
Yeah. Okay. So when did you learn that? Like, did you know that she was on the run, or did you just all of a sudden hear she had been arrested, or she disappeared? Like, what
oh,
happened?
what happened was I woke up in my car. I was parked around the corner from the restaurant on 18th Street. her restaurant was on set between 17 and 18 on Irving Place. And when I woke up, I needed to go to the bathroom, so I went towards her restaurant, knowing that one of those places over there got to be open. And it was pretty cold outside, and I came around the corner, and there's this picket line with signs saying bad shit about Sama. And I took them all. I took them all out. I took all this stuff from them.
You took all the picket signs.
Picket signs, any sign. I ripped everything off. Everything was ripped off. I mean, like that shit hanging everywhere. I mean, that stuff that you see in the video, those signs hanging there like that, sitting there. Nah, it didn't happen.
So that was probably
no way.
Staged.
That's not. So it's all staged.
Okay.
It's misinformation because I went past there religiously and ripped shit apart. Yep. And I was gonna put them in my trunk. Never mind the picket signs. The girl started. I told her, I said, you should be ashamed of yourself. How can you people should know better than that. She didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, and I called up and I said, no answer. So I texted her, I said, hey, look at this. I took pictures and I sent them. I said, I just took out this fucking shit of what's going on. And then I got, thank you very much. You're awesome. And I'm like, I'm awesome?
What?
What the fuck?
Was that Shane? Was that Shane with her? Oh. Okay, so he was... Because she would have probably called you right away and been like, what's going on there? Like, what's happening with my employees? Or I would assume...
No. What happened was once I got the I'm awesome, I called, and then he let her get on the phone.
Oh, so when you called, he answered.
She answered.
She answered. But that was after
he answered and gave her the phone.
Why is he answering her phone?
Well, he had control over her phones and her emails.
I know. Yeah.
So, she got on the phone with me, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And now he's got to answer. He's got to answer now. So I'm there. And she's like, thank you very much. I got some problems. I'm going to raise some money and get it open again. I said, how much you need? And I started reaching out to some friends, see if they'll help her out. My friends were all like, well, let's see. And before I got an answer from them, she contacted me and said, we're reopening today. And I went down there, and her and that fake Russian was over there, and they were putting a new refrigerator in, and they broke the glass door. And,
So was she...
I could tell she was totally gone.
She was there helping put in this new fridge. Was she like physically helping or just like supervising?
She was like, she had to go get a jack, and this Nas guy helped her get the jack. And, this guy Nas, I mean, he's another fucking fake. He could have been
lying about the 100,000 or any of that stuff. I mean, he could have been in on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't trust him as far as I can throw Shane.
Yeah. It's when you start dealing with these kind of scams, you really don't know who really
Let me tell you
was
something.
Involved.
I walked up on him next to Sama, and I had her in my arms, and the looks he was giving me, I gave him one look, man, and he knew, like, it's over for him. And 2 days after that place reopened, I showed up to check on her. And I walk in, and there's some other guy there with a whole different bunch of people, and her books ain't on the pedestal. And I asked, where's Sama? And a black girl says to me, she's not here anymore. Not here anymore. What the fuck? I almost fucking lost it. I went outside, and I'm calling, and I'm texting, and I get, don't go in there, you're going to make things worse. And that was the last I heard of.
That was 2 days after it reopened.
Right.
All right.
So this guy grabbed the money.
Uh-huh.
He let her think that she was going to reopen.
Uh-huh.
He took the rest of the money, he threw her in a car, and he took off with her with the rest of the money.
Right. The restaurant's opened up 2 days later. You go in there, she's not there. They say she's not coming back or whatever it is. and then you don't
They didn't
hear
say she
from
ain't
her.
coming back. They just said she's not. This
She's
ain't
not.
hers no more.
Oh, okay, okay. And then after that, when's the next time you hear from her or about her, or what's the next thing that happens after you
I
go to the
mean,
restaurant?
I'm in the dark for like months. I mean, I
And are you
tried
trying to
to.
contact her?
I'm trying to contact her father. I'm trying to contact whoever I can,
Uh huh.
and there's nobody to contact really because
Yeah.
I didn't pry into her life. I knew she had a sister, and I didn't know how to get in touch with her. And I was in the
Okay.
dark, so I went looking in New Hampshire, and figure I might find her up in New Hampshire. I might find her,
Right.
you know.
And then, so what happens? Do you like hear about her
I
being
gave up.
arrested, or
No,
right, you
I
gave up?
gave up, and I gave up, and I knew she was still alive. In my heart, I knew she was still alive,
Uh huh.
but I just gave up. And then one day, I'm sitting in my spot, and her trainer, Rob, uh, come out of the gym, and he goes, "Hey, your girl's on the front page." I said, "What?" He's like, "Your girl's on the front page." I ran over to the newsstand, and there she was with a mugshot with this fat fuck in Tennessee.
With the Hamburglar?
Yeah, the Hamburglar.
Right.
Fucking
So you go see the front page, and there's your
more like
friend.
grimace, huh?
There's your friend on the front page with a mugshot.
Yeah.
How'd that make you feel?
My heart sank, but I was happy that she was alive
Yeah. Right. Happy that she's
because,
alive, but you're the same time. So you're relieved, but you're also like, what in the world is happening?
right,
Like what?
right. Why is she in jail? So,
Yeah. Right.
um, I called down there to that station.
Right. So
Yeah,
you call you call down the and what do you tell them?
Oh, I told him. I said, "Listen," I said, "whatever you do," I said, "treat her good." I said, "treat her good." I said because she's been, I don't know what this guy did to her. I
Mm-hmm.
said, but he definitely brainwashed. She's been under Stockholm syndrome for months, for over a year.
Or
I told the
worse.
cop. I said she's been through a lot, and that guy's a piece of shit. He gets no quarter from me. I said, but please handle her correctly. And where's my fucking dog? And he was like, "Oh, the dog's with some friends." I said, "Friends? She ain't got no friends in Tennessee." I said, "I'm coming to get him." And the cop's like, "Oh, I don't think it'll be a good idea." I said, "Listen, you ain't got enough guys down there to stop me. I'm coming to get my fucking dog. He ain't staying with no rednecks." You know what I mean? And I jumped in the car and I started beelining it down 95. And, her father intercepted me when I got to like the Delaware Jersey
Now
borderline
now
and
let me
showed me he had Leon on a video chat.
after he gets Leon, he takes him to. I mean, when's the next time you see Leon? Did you see him shortly
The
after that,
next
or
time
did?
I saw Leon was after she got out of jail.
Okay, so it was a while then. It was.
Yeah, because she came into Rikers. I didn't get to see her when she got out of Rikers on bail. When she
Oh.
got out of, we bailed her out. I got to see her. Then she went
Okay.
to go get. Then she went to go with her father.
Okay. So after she.
I gave her a couple $100. I had everything. All I had on me, I gave it to her. I said, "Here, put some money in your pocket." You know,
If you have to, wasn't her bail around $300,000 or something? Was that
it was 100 grand.
okay? Yeah. So when you're getting all this money together, a couple $100 is a lot of money when you are dead ass broke. So you give her a couple $100, and then she goes and stays with her dad or something, probably while she's waiting to go to this, do all these court hearings and that stuff, because she's not living in New York City anymore, is she? Or
No,
was
I
she?
think she went to her sister's house.
When she got out of jail, when she made her bond, and you saw her, what did she look like compared to the first time? How had she changed from 2009 to 2000 and was it 17, 18?
Um,
Was she different?
how much different was she? She was not Sama anymore. She was she was almost broken. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, mm,
she didn't want to be seen. She came to the neighborhood just to see me. She did not want to be seen by anybody. She was hot. She was so
do you
you
think she was like
overwhelmed.
ashamed and embarrassed? And
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah, of course. You know what I mean?
Here's the sad thing about that is that
But I told her, I said, don't you feel that way? Nobody's ever gonna, do anything to you. You know what I mean? And
when and probably what she didn't really realize at that time, and maybe she did, is that she was a victim and was just fresh off of being victimized for how I don't even know how many years, but it happens a lot of time with victims after they get out of this hold. A lot of times they don't want to be seen. They're embarrassed. They're ashamed, but
I,
it's really not their fault that
I,
they were victimized.
but I spent a lot of time in that neighborhood, and I know everybody. And while she was gone, people would ask me, everybody's concerned, everybody,
Right,
and I
right,
would say that she's hopefully she's alive. This
right.
guy, this guy really got her, and a lot of people saw it. You know what I mean? So I I shared my thoughts with a lot of people. So when she came home, I told her, "Don't you worry, you're loved." And we walked down the street together, and everybody came out to greet her, and she started crying.
Probably. So one of
Yeah.
the other things that these people are saying is that you were on this show crying and wearing mascara. Were you wearing mascara?
Did you see mascara on my face?
I didn't, but I didn't. But I was trying
Me
to. I
neither.
just thought, well, I'll ask him and see. But no,
I
I
didn't see
didn't.
mascara on my face.
So I don't know
Matter
what
of
they're
fact,
talking
I
about.
I wouldn't let them put makeup on me.
I don't know what they're talking about. But when I saw it, I thought I'll just ask him and we'll get it out there.
Yeah,
And I will
shit.
tell you, Anthony,
They're a bunch of clowns.
these guys that are trying to cancel you, don't ever let them stop you from being yourself. Okay?
I'm not.
Don't pay any attention to them. I had these fans of mine that were doing similar things, sending anonymous letters to people and all this stuff, and you just have to ignore them. After you ignore them for a certain amount of time, they go away. There's nothing for them to do, and they'll go find someone else to mess with. But
The
I
pub.
am sorry that you have to deal with them because they've sent me so
I've been
much
fighting them for
stuff.
months, man. Months.
Yeah, it's too
And they
bad.
take everything I say gets taken out of content.
When's the last time you've seen Sarma?
Um, I think it was last October. We met for lunch. I did a live video with her, and everybody made comments. Oh, she couldn't wait to get away from him. She didn't want to be with him. How come you didn't go up in a room with her? How come? It's like, what are you fucking people?
Rude comments.
Yeah, like why would
Yeah.
the whole world's watching this girl, and I'm gonna go up in a room where it's
It's
inappropriate.
low. It's a low class move by them to even say something like that about someone who is a victim of this guy. You know,
I mean,
it's
she's still seeing therapists, and she's still dealing with a lot of things. You know what I
right.
mean? But she's come a long way.
So do you think she's back to the same Sarma when you first met her, or do you think
No
she's
doubt,
still
no
you
doubt.
think she's back?
Yeah, after hearing her podcast, yeah,
And you're
yeah,
talking about the podcast she did with Sarah Edmondson on the Little Bit Culty podcast. For those that have not
right,
heard that podcast, I'll put the link for that podcast in the description of this video.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that podcast was good
That
too.
was fucking awesome. Yeah.
It gave Sarma a chance to talk about some of this stuff, and and the
She
people
came
that
out guns
interviewed her.
blazing. She came out
Yeah,
guns blazing. You know what I mean? Like I texted her, "There's my girl's back," and she said, "Guns blazing." You know what I mean? Like she is definitely come a long way since she got out of jail,
good,
and since
good.
I saw her of the making of the film. Because if
Yep.
you see her look in that white dress, that's not Sama.
I think it would be a great story if she was able to open the restaurant back up and become successful again and help other victims who have been victims of this kind of
No, I
coercive
think
control.
I actually think that she should either do one or the other, not both.
What do you mean, not both?
Like I think that she could put money towards places that help victims, but I don't think she should get involved with victims. Too many scam
Oh,
artists.
okay. So
I think
open
that she
open up
could
her
open up a
restaurant.
restaurant and concentrate on her original.
Okay, and then just have a foundation that helps these
Right,
places to help. Yeah, no,
right.
that's a good idea. All of it's a good idea. I
I really don't think that today's day and age, um, there's nobody's real.
there's some people out there that are real. I mean, you're
We're
real.
real. I'm
There's
real. You're
some.
real. But we're
There's
few far in
some.
between. Few
I
far in
agree with
between.
you there. I agree. There's a lot of people out there that are frauds. They're
And
fakes. The
and
only
she's
thing
not.
that
She's no longer an open door for
I don't,
anybody to just
I
walk
wouldn't
in
be
her
either.
life.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either if I was her. I would be very weary of people if I was her. I mean, I would be really weary because she's been done dirty, real dirty. I'm gonna end. I mean, dude, we got some really good stuff. I'm glad we redid this. This is much
I,
better
yeah. I mean,
than the
like
other one. Better than the other one for sure.
I didn't tell you about the food thing in Union Square where Salma dressed me up as one of her chefs and snuck me in, and we danced and ate
Okay,
food.
so there's a food thing in where?
A food event and a restaurant thing that they do in Union Square with all the
Okay.
restaurants in Union Square. It's a fundraiser where people pay $300 to get in,
Uh-huh.
and you eat and drink whatever you want. And all the different restaurant places have like little tables, and you walk around and
Right.
they got live music, and
It's a
you
big
do the
party
yeah,
that costs a lot of money to attend.
yeah, and
Okay.
Salma got me dressed up as a chef so I could go in free and hang out with her. And she had her people working, and then we walked around holding hands and having a good time. And that
So
picture I have on a thumbnail from 2009, best night of my life.
so that's from that night.
Yeah,
So that
that
event, that
was
was
that was our first date.
okay. So that was the best night of your life in your whole life. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. She made my. I mean, she saved my life coming into my life. So
That's pretty
because when I
deep.
met her, I was you know, I gave up on a lot. I
Really.
gave up. Yeah, I mean,
So
2005, I ended up on Park Avenue, 2005. So 2005 to 2009 is 4 years being in a bad position and not being able to crawl out of it, climb out of it. You know what I mean? So
so so
when
she
she came along, I mean, I was at the edge of the edge. I mean, I was beating people up every fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
so you had a lot of issues.
I didn't have issues. I just couldn't get out of my situation. I'm stuck on the street with junkies and bums and
Right.
con people. You know what I mean? So I took all that anger, and every time one of them lowlifes would come near me, I just get up and fucking beat the piss out of them.
So when
And
you
they don't realize that I held that block down. I mean, like people ran through there to get, like they could go through it, but they can't stop. You know what I mean? Like,
so when you met her, something changed in you mentally to make you want to live or to become a better person, or like what are you saying
no, she
exactly?
showed me that she she she, she changed everything, and like everything, just like hope.
Hope.
Like
So she gave you hope.
well, she showed me love that I didn't think existed anymore in women.
So is that why in the show you teared up, or like what were you thinking about in the show that caused you to really, there was some emotion that came over you that
I got teared up because they cut it up, but I was talking about fat fuck, and I let him go, and then as I'm talking about letting him go, I'm thinking about how she was when I met her, and how she was then at that
right.
day, and I felt so mad at myself for letting that fucking guy live that I got upset.
I gotcha.
I
So
I
you
wanted to
were up.
kill him, and I didn't, and now I feel like I should have, because if I would have, she would have never went to jail. She would have saved her restaurant. I'd be in
Yep.
jail, but
Yeah, but I mean, I
it's that
I
simple.
I'm
Because put it
yeah,
this way,
but
the way I look at it like this, man, she's not with me.
of
You know what
course
I
she
mean?
is. Of course she
No,
is.
she's not. She's not with me. With me. You know what I mean? Like I,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
look at it
but
like I could be have the same relationship I got with her right now, with 3 meals and a hot and a cot in jail, without, and she would have been living her life the way she's living her life, without all of that drama,
but
all of that torture. You know what I'm saying? So
and do you think that she would want to avoid going through all that and have you go to jail? You think that would be her wishes if
it
she
wouldn't have
could go
been her
back in
choice.
time?
It wouldn't have been her choice.
But I'm not asking you about that. I mean, do you think that she would actually go, "Oh, if he would have done that, he could have gone to jail and not me, and that's what I want." Do
No,
you
no,
think?
no, 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 no. She wouldn't want me to do it. Period.
Right. So,
That's why I
so
didn't do it, because
yeah. I mean,
it was
and
that thought that like she didn't want this and she would hate me forever.
right,
But
it
I'd
would
rather
cause a
her hate me
problem.
forever and save her life than,
But
because either way I'm still alone. You
but
know what I mean?
but that sometimes people go through things and they can come out on the other side better and brighter and stronger. I mean, you realize that, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
I do. I do.
and
I see it. I see it now. I see it. She's coming out better, stronger, and brighter.
right, right. So there's always a chance that even though you weren't able to stop what you thought you could stop, that it might turn out better this way. I mean, we don't know until we get to the end of the road, and then we're like, oh, that it worked out fine or better. Of course, it could work out worse, but I'm
I'm just
glad you
grateful that
didn't.
I'm grateful that she's okay.
Me too, and I'm glad you didn't kill somebody or that guy anyway, because I'd
Not yet.
be I, I'd be disappointed if you and I didn't have this chat today and the conversations we've had the last few days. And
Yeah.
had you done that, we wouldn't have these conversations.
Well,
So
that's why I'm having it now.
yeah, so I'm glad you didn't do anything like that.
Because if I
It
already made my promise, I'm going to see him.
you're, you're something else, Anthony. Oh,
I'm gonna make it epic and biblical for that motherfucker. You know what
all
I mean?
right.
Like,
I'm gonna
you know,
edit this out because I
you
don't
know,
want anyone coming after you, or if something happens to that guy, I don't want him blaming you because someone else
um,
might take him out. I don't want him thinking you did
I'm hoping
something.
that. I'm hoping that.
It might be poetic justice if something happened to him, but I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying if it happened, maybe that's what he deserves. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, bro.
Anthony, thank you. Don't hang up yet. In case anyone wants to help, let me put Anthony's Cash App right down here at the bottom again. You see it right there. I'll put a link for it in the description of this video. I'll also put a link for all of his social media there. If you want to go subscribe to his YouTube channel, please do so. He does lots of live streams. And just for my audience, you might not agree with his opinions, but they're his opinions, and he's entitled to his opinions, as I'm entitled to mine, and as everyone is entitled to their own opinions.
I'm actually just defending myself against
I know
trolls.
what you're doing. I know what you're doing, but I just want to.
I say things that I know offends them on purpose.
Okay. All right. So you're playing them. You're
Right.
playing it. You're getting them riled up then. All right. All right. I appreciate you. I appreciate you joining me here for an hour and 45, well, hour and a half, I guess, because I'm going to cut some of it out. But anyway, I appreciate you being here. Everybody, make sure to go over and visit him on his YouTube channel. Subscribe to his channel. It's free. Feel free to donate him some gas money or money for lunch or whatever you want to do.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I hope your friend is very successful. I hope she opens up her restaurant again. I hope you get some kind of book deal or something in the end. I hope you get to tell your story, because you've got a lot of stories, and we'd be here for days if we went through all of your story. But I appreciate you being here. Everybody, thanks for watching. That's Anthony, the Prince of Park Avenue South, NYC. I'm Ripper, and
Goodbye.
We're out.
Thank you.
All right.
You know, like,
He's a tool?
yeah. No.
I'm going to have to cut that out. I don't know.
Yeah, cut that out.
Oh.
So that wasn't real.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Watch the clock tick tock, yeah, keep on boasting. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Checking CTMZ, try and keep on floating. Got them highs in the back of your head, and that's facts. It's down on wax, won't be a rematch. You're in too deep, you see, so relax. So say what you need, don't speak, it's all rap. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Watch the clock tick tock, yeah, keep on boasting. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Checking CTMZ, try and keep on floating. Got them highs in the back of your head, and that's facts. It's down on wax, won't be a rematch. You're in too deep, you see, so relax. So say what you need, don't speak, it's all raps. Yeah, it's all wrapped up. Better think quick, cause your ass can get trapped up. Came in like the Taliban, everybody strapped up. Better get your CB, you gon' need some backup. All of that cheese, you gon' need to give you paper cuts. Don't wanna see all the bleeding, just chase to the cut. Ain't no need to be leading on a fake or what. You're so sleazy, case is too breezy. Called up Jack, so you know you gon' get ripped up. Talking that smack like a pussy with your tail tucked. Caught up on the axe, stabbing back to get you caught up. Forgot to cross your T's. Please, you know your time's up. Tick, tick, tock, time is running like a track meet. I wanna see you try and catch up to an athlete. Concrete, fast, sweating bullets on a fact sheet. So I'ma sit back and watch you try to act weak. I speak. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Watch the clock tick tock, yeah, keep on boasting. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Checking CTMZ, try and keep on floating. Got them highs in the back of your head, and that's facts. It's down on wax, won't be a rematch. You're in too deep, you see, so relax. So say what you need, don't speak, it's all rap. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Watch the clock tick tock, yeah, keep on boasting. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Checking CTMZ, try and keep on floating. Got them highs in the back of your head, and that's facts. It's down on wax, won't be a rematch.